I say, me a maintain a free South Africa bar Ghana.
And the lady said she came to Ghana from South Africa because of me.
Or say, ne brother, and a smile no say omra na omra mi hume.
And she said it is her brother who sent her to come here to see the prophet of God.
Me nim ne da.
Now I do not know her.
And I nim say ne brother asuma.
And I also did not know her brother had sent her to come here.
So
I called her and she came to sit with me.
And I
told her that after service, I would invite her to come to my office.
Although
I do not believe that I would have so much time to attend to many people.
But
as for somebody who has flown out of South Africa to Ghana just to come and see me,
Osofo.
Papa. Now, where is that woman I'm talking about?
Mommy.
Madam.
I may
not prophesy to you,
but I
would like you to have a seat.
Also, brother,
now, did you say it was your brother who directed you to come here? She said yes.
So, what did she? Also, South Africa.
And did you say you South Africa resident in South Africa? She said yes.
Now also brother no South Korea.
And you said your brother who directed you here is also resident in South Korea. Is that the case? She said yes, that is the case.
Now also brother na catch was braha.
And you said it was your brother who told you to come here? She said yes.
Also, brother, sorry.
You claimed your brother has been joining our services online, right? She said yes.
First time out there, sorry.
Now, is it your first time?
Friday, and almost Sunday.
Now, she said she came here on Friday in the evening, and she was directed or she was asked to come here on Sunday. So today is her second time.
I
called her to come and I gave her a seat beside me.
And
I began to ask her questions. I asked her where she came from, and she said she came from South Africa. And she said that it is a brother who directed her to come to church and find an opportunity to meet the prophet of God. And according to her, her brother has been joining our services online.
And so
I told her that after the close of the service, I would ask her to meet me in my office.
But
madam, it's a good thing you came here today.
Office
maybe when you get to my office, I would have a lengthier conversation with you.
But the
But the reason I sent somebody to call you when you were going is that I saw something concerning you.
Anytime
now, every time when I see the pillar of fire and the pillar of cloud, and I see the angels of God surrounding me, now that is an indication to me that somebody is certainly going to be delivered.
In fact, now
today I had said to myself that I will not pray for anyone or minister to anybody. I even told Reverend Anakwesi about it. And I had decided that even if I saw something about somebody, I would meet the person in my office and tell the person.
Next week,
so that God willing, next week, Sunday, if God permits, I will lead the service and we would minister prophetically with deliverance. And so today I decided I was just going to sit down and relax, partake in the service and enjoy the service and be a beneficiary of the blessings that will be released into the service. So I also gave my sacrifice. I also joined in singing Ofata. I also paid attention and listened to the preaching. Although throughout the night I did not sleep and I was feeling sleepy, I restrained myself from sleeping and I paid attention to the message. And if I'm asked to replicate the message the man of God preached, I can replicate it verbatim.
In fact, Frank drums perfect. Perfect.
Brother Frank
instruments
and the team of instrumentalists played the instruments very well.
Also, try your best. Oh yeah, dear. Yeah, dear. Mommy. Now
I asked you why you were not married. Why are you not married? Where is your husband? She said she's not got one. She's not married. And I asked her why she wasn't married. And she said she didn't know. She could not explain. Now, did I say you have a girl? She said yes. I asked her of the whereabouts of her child. And she said her child is in school. And I said to her, that child is a girl. And she said yes. But I did not say anything more.
I believe so.
And I'm sure she may be wondering the reason I was asking her that question. She does not know why I asked her that random question. Is that child okay? She said yes, that child is okay. And do you love your daughter so much? She said yes, she loves her daughter so much. Is she your only child? She said yes.
So
you have no other child anywhere apart from her? She said yes. And do you know the whereabouts of your other children? Other unborn children? She said no. She's got no idea.
I may not
prophesy to you, but let me say something to you. The person that dispossessed you of your marriage is the same person that dispossessed you of your fertility, the chances for you to give birth.
Now we are lucky.
But you were fortunate. Now that person dispossessed you of your marriage at an early stage of your life when you were a young girl. But as for your fertility, now as for your fertility, it was the successor of this person that took your fertility from you, because a spirit gave an instruction to that person to dispossess you of the children God gave you in your womb. Now, at that time that thing happened, you were already a mother of one child.
In fact, now,
in fact, your daughter, they have intentions to terminate her life. Now, the reason the manifestation of it has delayed, and the reason the child still lives, is because of something happening from her father's side. Because there are some people in her father's family that have not given their consent or concurrence to the decision to terminate the life of your daughter. And so these people are determined not to allow anyone to take the life of your daughter. And that is what has brought some kind of quarrel or exchange of words. But for that reason, your daughter will not have been alive by now.
Although Bempah won in a wabofrano, a Bempah chiriquine, a Bempah wabofrana chiriquine, but soon I will Bempah and a bushim.
My God.
Omo person much as abofrano see you my japade. To Munjano Mawo or bushia, and a confusion about. Tina Banada Sotiasi, and Cabano France as you so, bear 3 or 4 years ago.
My God. Now, chances may be that you may not even know of the whereabouts of the father of that child, or perhaps the father does not even know the whereabouts of his own child. But the spirit in the family of that man has decided that they will not allow your family to have the life of the child, because your child also belongs to them. But for that unsettled reason, your child would have been dead long ago, about 3 or 4 years ago. Now, because of the life of your daughter, there is some kind of quarrel or disagreement ensuing between your family and the family of the father of your daughter. Now, some people have sought or have made a petition to a certain river spirit in Techiman.
Duyankwanta.
Brekum.
Domahinkru. Se insuo no enka omho. No mo kwa sendibia. No mo mpre nkumoba no.
Now, so now they have they have gone to this spirit and sought help from this river spirit, and they are saying to the spirit that, join us, let us go to court and seek restraining orders to restrain anybody from taking the life of this woman's daughter. So they went to another spirit. They went to another spirit. That spirit is also a river spirit in Sunyani. And that spirit is a great lord, spiritual lord.
When you misunderstanding,
and so the disagreement has become so intense. Some people have also gathered.
Up.
And those people. Now, some people have gathered, and those people who have gathered also got into an alliance with 4 river spirits. And they have sought those 4 river spirits to join them so that they would go to a spiritual court and get their matter settled in the spiritual court against those on the other side. Now, Ejusu Besiansi. Esienimpong. Krapa.
And Ejusu Kurunankasa.
And Ejusu itself.
Up.
So people from these areas have also teamed up. They came into an alliance. Besiansi. Esienimpong. Krapa.
And
Ejusu.
Na okatachie bi.
Now, I saw a great personality who had 2 faces. Now, in all that in all those in that enclave, in that environs. Now, any battle that this personality, spiritual entity, is a party to, it is very difficult for the side which this spirit belongs to be defeated. In fact, spiritually, it was this spirit that joined Yasantua to fight the British. That spirit is very strong. Now, its shrine and its tool spiritually can be found at Krapa.
Madam,
if you had not come here, what would have happened would not have been good news.
The
struggle is ongoing. But which side is going to be victorious?
Now,
if your family wins their case, then your daughter shall surely die. However, if the father of your daughter, his family succeeds, then your daughter would live. It was imperative on you that you came here today. so that he will take over the battle and fight the battle on your behalf.
Into a body, enwene nne eto honum say odo beba ha.
So,
no befa yen so.
My God.
Akokun we ama.
And so God specially earmarked today as a day that he would usher you to this place so that he will take over the battle from your shoulders.
Fumeswa kokobra, fumeswa kokobra.
Fumeswa kokobra.
Sunsumbi. Ono so oboa nia oko ema ya santoa no oboa ne pa.
Now there is a spirit in Fumeswa kokobra who also lent assistance to this person, this spirit with two faces, which offered support to Yasantua. That spirit in Kokobra.
Wabusua ahonhom so akondi omude ba.
If I examine
na me de compare Bempah na ne wo abofra no onu so nchi akondi omude ba omuntumi wo wabusua akondi no omuntumi.
Now if I observe the weapons, the artillery that your family have put together and are going to use in fighting against the family of your daughter's father, I do not think that family of your daughter's father can withstand the force of your family. Now, some years ago, somebody died. The name of that person was Asantoa.
Onu say the same thing and happen here. None papa side so mumpene.
It was the same thing which happened.
Side say omo kunya ma side e defeat papa side.
Now
it
was the same thing which happened. So Asantoa's mother's side wanted to take her life, but there was some resistance coming from her father's side. There was some struggle that ensued for a period of time, but eventually her mother's side overcame her father's side. That would have been the same thing which would have happened to your daughter. Your side would have overcome her father's side. So your brother who directed you to come here, in fact, spoke to you to come here by the inspiration of the Spirit of God. Now it has been planned. Now it has been planned that because your daughter, my God, wow. Now it has been determined that your daughter will not die on a foreign land. Your daughter will die here in Ghana. And so anything she requires that would assist her to travel out of Ghana, whether it is visa, whether it's some approval that she's waiting for, that visa or approval will never come, because spiritually they have bound that opportunity to travel, and it has been buried, it has been bound with blood and has been buried at the cemetery at Esie Nimpong. So regardless of every effort you invest, anything you invest in ensuring that she will travel out of Ghana will be futile. But it is good you came here today. Is your daughter in Ghana or abroad?
South Africa, or the boarding school.
Now she said she gave birth to a child in South Africa. However, her child is in school. In fact, is in boarding school in Ghana. I will not prophesy to you, but I just want to inform you about something. You must be thankful to the Lord you came here today. It was the Lord that ushered you onto an aircraft, a plane, got a flight and came to Ghana.
But masuma will be somra unchain.
Now, the Lord said to me, my servant, you have purposed in your heart that you will not minister to anyone prophetically today. However, I have sent my handmaiden to come and see you. Spend time on her case, and I'm going to use you as the conduit to rescue her.
I want fair. So
the matter will be arraigned before a court. It has not yet been put before a court. So one side has filed their case, the other side is yet to enter appearance.
Now, so even
though the matter has not been adjudicated, the Lord has given me the opportunity to see the outcome of the matter, what the verdict is going to be. So the father of your child, his family would have lost the case.
Obeka chere bema na ane ne wo abaya na busua se mo se mo anhwe yi court he ya me bremo se mo musa mo de hye ne se ye de hye no ne wo ye no akwara no hwe nana.
Now that's
ye ne ata akwada na chi ye no ya bo a ye de hye na me na nya bibi di ahwe abofra no na abofra no twa se ye de ne sacrifice.
Now the spirit that offered
son say we have mumma a teacher na obi a mempesi me bonidi a kire wo ono na we have mumma yi oje e de ma busua e no onya position etena ahemfo akonwa so.
Now, that spirit that offered. Now, that spirit that offered help to the spirit that supported Yas and Tua, in the course of proceedings, will make a legal point. The legal point is that, in fact, it will say to the family of your daughter's father that their son has not been taking care of that child, and in fact, does not know how that child is faring. Indeed, it is they who have spiritually offered help to you so that you are able to make ends meet and take care of your daughter. The other legal point they are going to raise is that the children in your womb were taken spiritually by somebody and they were given in exchange for a position. For that cause, there is a lien on the children in your womb already.
Until odi ato adidie.
So
odi ato mpanini. Odi ato akunya.
So those children have been given in exchange. The value of the children have been given in exchange for a position in the spirit. For that reason, it will be next to impossible that you would ever have a child apart from that child you had some years ago. But God is going to intervene in the state of affairs.
Say NSC.
So this is what has happened. Now, at the end of proceedings in the spiritual court, when your family was adjudged the victorious party, and now they had the permission to take the life of your daughter and offer it as a sacrifice, heaven intercepted and said no.
Nah. Time. Not Joshua. Any Jericho for Elko.
Now, at the time when Joshua was going to wage war against the people of Jericho,
Ahoma Omocoin Eboa Joshua.
The spirits that fought the cause of Joshua.
Now,
that spirit, anytime he moves, the sun moves before him.
I
saw that this spirit called one of the spirits, the lower ranked spirits in his group. Now his form is like a human being, but his face has the semblance of a lion, and the sun shines before him. I saw that this personality descended onto the face of the earth, and I saw that this personality went the direction of the area, the enclave where your roots come from. And I saw that he rebuked that spirit which offered assistance to Yasantua, and I saw that spirit fell down. And I saw that he rebuked all those river spirits, and they all collapsed. And then he snatched your daughter from the hands or the grip of these entities.
Angel be a seamstress.
Then I saw an angel who was a seamstress.
Who says, Angeli, watia wia, kakrebi diama, angel na, seamstress, neso pam atadie, non fama obano.
Wow. Now I saw that this angelic personality who was sent to rescue your daughter, I saw that he tore a portion of the sun and gave it to that angel whose profession is a tailor or a seamstress, and instructed him to make a dress for your daughter.
Now, opamewia tadie na angeli or the shell.
And I saw that the seamstress made a dress from the piece of the sun given to him, and it was given to your daughter to wear. And he said that dress will be on your daughter the rest of the days of her life. Then I saw that the angel exhumed your marriage from the cemetery. And also brought out the progress of your life and the glory of your life and restored them into your life. And I saw that the angel exhumed the travel opportunity for your daughter, brought it out of the cemetery and out of the ground of the cemetery, and gave it to you. And I saw that you were covered by the presence of God. And then I saw joy. I saw joy, rejoicing. The Lord has delivered you. Your only daughter is not going to die. And your daughter will live beyond 90 years. If you want to be married, then you will find someone to marry. And in the appropriate time, your daughter will travel out of this country. You must rejoice that you came here today.
Angel.
So I saw the angel of the Lord. I saw that he entered this auditorium. And the Lord spoke to me and said that in the manner he has been doing these days, let everyone receive his or her blessing. So I saw that this seamstress was busy and was making a garment of fertility for those who were in search of the fruit of the womb. And was making a garment of longevity for those who had short life. And was making a garment of riches and prosperity for those who sought prosperity. And was making a dress of godliness for those who wanted, for those who had lost their faith and confidence in God. And when he gets to you, he will look into your heart and would look at what is on the priority on the priority list, which is consistent with the will of God. Those things which are blessings, and will make a garment identical with the desire of your heart. And I saw that we were all radiant because the garments of our blessings identical with the desires of our hearts have been given to us. And the Lord said to me that his servant whom he sent into our midst has accomplished his mission. And so he is going to depart the face of the earth. As I was watching, I saw that he was received in the clouds. And that other servant who was a seamstress, that other angel was a seamstress. Now, when he entered the cloud, I heard that he spoke in a loud voice and said something which I heard audibly. He said, for this reason, David, my servant, said, I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Now, anyone who came here today into this house of God, the garment of your blessing has been made. It was tailor-made. A bespoke dress was made for you. Amen. Every desire you have on your heart, which is consistent with the will of the Lord, you have received all of them today. So you are going out of here with your heart full of joy. Come back next week Sunday and come and taste of the blessings of God. God has dealt kindly with us. Maybe I could not prophesy to everyone, but everyone who came here, my God. Now, everyone who came here, you have received that thing you deserve, or that thing you need, or is relevant for your life this week, this month, and for this year. The blessings of the Lord do I leave with you. The blessing of heaven I leave with you. Amen. May the Lord abide with us all until we meet again next week. Put your hands together and make a joyful noise. Hallelujah. Unto the Lord. Now resume your seats, church. Madam. Pretty woman. This is the reason I called you. When are you returning to South Africa?
But be by 2 months, 3 months, but be a maybe 6 months. Because me ban a passport and the best set me hunty mama I drink.
Now she said she intended to spend not more than 2 months, but certain things have happened, and because of that, she may spend 6 months. And she said there are things she would like to discuss with the prophet of God. Do you reside in Accra? She said yes. So can you come here next week She said
sure?
yes. Are you sure? She said yes.
Obano, the so school 20 min for them.
Now your daughter is in school,
because
so she comes
school.
with you.
Because so school, you pese you be hano. Obano, when you na usha.
Now is your daughter? What age is your daughter?
13 years.
13 years.
13.
Now she said her daughter is 13 years old.
8. Be an obey me a birthday that time. Let me the number.
No problem. O ma kwan dia fa ne bra. Na o ma dodo saying.
How many children have you got?
Ono kwan na oba.
She said that child is her
Na
only
me busa
child.
se ukunu e wo se nware.
And I asked her of the whereabouts of your husband and he said you are not married.
Me busa se ukunu e wo se uni kunu e yampa.
She said yes, it is true.
Nware da.
She's never been married in her lifetime.
Okay. Who asem nika ana woni bibia.
Have you got anything else to say?
Na me adman next week oba officer ana wo asem nika sisi a.
Asem kakra me work and say Yankopon say my brother will di mechi o South Korea. Ono obo mpaye bia wo hu ni say Erade kasa chense membra wo ho obo wodi chere me dalet. Say obo mpaye bia Erade chense membra sofo Owusu Bempah. Na ma me de ba Friday no. Me de Yankopon ase say me sa ba na anope kwa na ma adwen me ese membra ese me janso me ba. Me de nyame ase se wa fa wo so.
She said all she's got to say is that she is very thankful to the Lord that the Lord used her brother in South Korea. Her brother told her directly that anytime he prays, what he perceives in his spirit is to tell her to come and see the prophet of God. Indeed, she obeyed what her brother said to her. She came here on Friday and she was told to come here today. This morning when she woke up, she was in a dilemma. She was contemplating whether she was in a dilemma, contemplating whether she should come or not to come. But when she came, the grace of God was sufficient for her. She has been called out by the prophet of God, and deliverance is her portion. And for that, she is grateful to God. Is your mother alive? She said no, her mother is late.
Na o papa so
and your father is also late, right?
That's right.
She said yes.
Ache.
Mama we na me 1990. Papa do na me South Africa.
She said her mother died sometime in 1990. But her father died when she had traveled to South Africa.
One crown of a team is free. One crown of a me
Not just a be free o papa side.
It means that the attack originates from your father's side.
Not just a o papa the busianfo nyina efra dwoso.
Your father's family come from a Joso. She said yes, they come from a Joso Onye.
Me papa free a chan krom na o mama free onwe.
She said her grandfather comes from a chan krom and grandmother comes from Onye.
Okay. A Joso on me. A yabum. sie nimpon no onwe abom.
She said a nimpon is pretty close to onwe.
Sunsum na na me se ne ho odin pa no hefa na nam so free na me se adwoso ana he de okokoma ya asanto ano. Yes. Na say wo papa ya adwoso ni adwoso sie nimpon. Sorry, onwe adwoso onwe.
Adwoso onwe.
Krapa. Yeah. Okay, krapa. Number so unim krapa.
Do you know krapa?
What did in about him?
She said yes, she knows it to the extent that she's heard of it, but she's not been there herself. Where is the father of your daughter?
That in Pacho, me meeting in South Africa, but after me bano of our bafo phone in a worry, but omu bagana ha. Emram de akwani by me friend say me de akwani bring me offer, but not me offer you know ko US, and I'm a friend me offer no say if I into school mu. Ti me friend be man no so Owusu nwan.
So he
Sunwan.
Oh na hoso e.
O si ne father nua bi wo Senegal ti wo kofa body no e ba ho na obefrɛ me year 2021 na mabagan wan frɛ me na me ja akora no hode ne ko to school na me koye daddy wan frɛ me up to now dana me ba ha Friday no me tika mu ko no na me hu sɛ number bia me ha na me ba ne picture na da profile but ma anwen sɛ be man nti me frɛ your picky and I'm who's on and me drop a corner and I'm a broken number man Fabian.
Now she said she met the man in South Africa, and after they had the child, he got married to another woman and then came to Ghana. Relocated to Ghana. She said sometime 2021 when she came to Ghana with her daughter, and she intended to leave her daughter with her uncle. She called the man and informed the man that she had come to Ghana with her daughter and he wanted her daughter to be in Ghana. Now the man told her that there was some funeral that he wanted to attend to because somebody in Senegal was dead and was going to bring the body. And when he comes back, she was going to hear from him. But since then till now, she's never heard from the man. In fact, it was on Friday that somebody sent her a message, a hi, on either on WhatsApp or by text, and she saw that the profile picture the person was using was her daughter's picture. She least expected that person who sent her the message would be the father of her daughter. So she called. And immediately she heard the voice of the man. Because she was incensed, she dropped the call and blocked the number so that he will not have the opportunity to call again.
Na tra hefa na wo Sunyan Ben Kransa yes papa na ebunu ni okay na me adoma na week me here at my office.
God willing, I'd like to see you next week at my office.
Ebono eno ane BA no BA na ebono what order o say
Eduan kwanta na matena ho kakra
Eduan kwanta na atena kakra Eduan kwanta no eno wo hefa ebono ano so ebono mami ene week me ahụ Awurade ate oba no na o can be about passport and
a
birth certificate. My sister a police officer and one of my jacolan man yema kwan a okofa ne befe but me ba 2022 no na waye overstay nti me koji passport ne ko airport ko immigration bi na omode a time man nti me sa de ma me sister me sa call me free 30th October 2022 nti me ba last time a G passport na koya de ya hwehwe passport ne be set no and then 1 week you passport but if you were yeah man you know me ban the documents in
now she said that her daughter's passport and birth certificate cannot be found. It can't be found. They have searched for it for about 1 week and they can't find it.
Unim. And a week me here.
I need you to come next week.
Okay.
All things will be all right. God bless you.
So from she oil kakra, a good shoulder and any shoulder. Oh, brother, now Casa Brahano, no, I catch and say waba. And a week, memo friend on Menen and Kasawai. Yamisha. Bye bye.
God bless you.
Amen. Also, for I must say 113. Okay, Mama, resident pastor. Osia Ponsis here, and you have a press conference. But Yanyan office, and I Yanwa. Your point, you have a press conference, Kakra. Na so person will train out Chibia with me, person confused Okokoye near also ya to me ako. Because the way IGP Damparema approach for Baba Mentiasie.
Now, when we close from today's service, we'll be addressing certain matters. I do not seem to appreciate, I am not amused about the manner the Inspector General of Police has been sending his men, barrage of policemen to come around.
Last week, approach for Baha.
Last week, there were certain police officers, armed police officers, who came here.
Ome the cars, approach for with a tool.
And they came with 3 vehicles. Each of the vehicles were full of armed policemen.
Sane brebi omuba hanama a creative problem. They see samukai.
Now, that was a similar thing which happened some time ago, where they intended to come for an operation, and something or certain things happened which they blamed on us.
And IGP coach and Trocher and Kufuado. Some mama master for Abu Approsi for Nama Ebiko Koma.
Now, and
Dampari Cochandro into a home press conference.
Now, what happened here the other time? A negative picture, a different picture was created by the Inspector General of Police, and he said that he had sent police officers to our church, and I had instructed my church members to beat the policemen up. But that was untrue. It was a falsehood.
And almost the same thing.
Now this
Sunday,
time,
no,
they did the same thing.
Nyamia dom rather than a bemubi. And a na sumdwe bae. In fact, I did a question of Tiasi.
Now Sunday,
even some po bim pachina. A fancy. 1 land. And I'm with the baba. Now my baby inform me. Sebia muhia asumesi. Our police station in Tiamanamra. I said, Money no co. Efe. Bamun to me in fact police cars me and sat with a tour. Emaha. Any place who am open at Chini Gra, mobile no oniha. And a fair crown on your church member. And a BM crown or no bagana hano or court TV show, acquire programs. Among creating interviews. I hold your man for policy for Anquaho or Bansori Amodia policy for cast me and Sambaha. And Untino Mentinia may be a sick. Into your poem, I had a press conference. Now, Macandi Hame. Eddie Achre Ghana for Yama or my penny Nana Kufuado at Tibi. I'm a dampare, or no so. Or remember who the NTR or yes, sir. Inti Meneno was some press conference. To also for resident pastor, obey me upon you na. Monshi shenko nyame sisi a.
I'm sure you're more in some error. I don't know your catcher, Papa. I'm sure, yeah, arrangement was through her not yet. Yeah, arrangement, not press conference, no, across Rono. Then I catch up, Papa Beam.